Bitcoin has reached an all-time high.
Yes.
All-time high alert.
Finally.
Fastly approaching $69,000.
Let's see where we're at.
Mike,
so 69,390 now.
Change the title to Bitcoin has reached all-time high.
This is live.
This is a moment. This is a moment in history, and it's happened during Market Monday. Because this is God's favorite show.
Big facts from your mouth to God's ears.
Yes. So, being that this is a moment, we have to take a moment to talk about the mighty, mighty Bitcoin. It's been a tremendous ride. And for all you crypto enthusiasts that said that we haven't talked about Bitcoin, I don't know where that comes from. If you type in Bitcoin or crypto on Earn Your Leisure's YouTube channel, there's over 72 videos that come up dating back over 4 years. We've always talked about crypto. We've talked about crypto with Hill Harper, with Bitcoin Boy, with Mike Novogratz.
Yep.
We've talked about Bitcoin. We talked about Ethereum. We talked about Ripple. We've talked about
XLM.
We've talked about it. We've had classes on it. We've had a whole thing. Okay, so what's the deal? Bitcoin all-time high. Where does it go from here? Is it a good time to invest? Will it pull back? What'll happen after halving? I think one of these banks said that after halving, Bitcoin is going to have a major pullback. So everybody's talking about Bitcoin, but we're here to educate people on the best and most intelligent ways to make money. So what is the science when it comes to Bitcoin?
Well, two reasons it's gone up a hell of a lot. Fan favorite amongst the people because they want to be detached from the banking system that has been failing us for 150 years. And then the banks came in and bought the majority of it up. I said earlier, BlackRock and Fidelity have 17.8 billion worth of it. Currently, I'm hearing by summer that number could be up to 24 billion worth. But the emergence and insurgence of Bitcoin is reflective of how much people hate banks and the normal financial institutions that we have right now. Like New York Community Bank, ticker NYCB, is falling apart. No one wants to talk about it. It's currently at $2.73. In 2004 is at $35. Like this is a .com level crash that no one is talking about. For 50 years, they told us only 7 to 12% was possible. And on some days, some cryptocurrencies get 15 to 30% run inside of a day. I think we are seeing a changing of the guard. The people are becoming in power. Shout out to all of you that bought in when I told you at 28,000 and 20,000. Yes, I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that. If I made you money, please put yes in chat. How far do I think it could go? Do I think it'll hit 100,000 this year? Probably not. I think it'll pull back next year. It will for sure. But I think we should get to like 86,401 if we stay at this pace by end of year. Would there be a pullback? Yes, at some point, but continue to buy. The thing that I want to stress in stocks, Bitcoin, anything that you believe in, buy every month and every quarter, and you will be fine. We've talked about dollar cost averaging. You don't need more information. You need more execution. Please put more execution in the chat. Shout out to Joe. Joe screamed it. Rashad, his name's Rashad. Rashad, right? Rashad. Joe's up on Bitcoin and Microsoft. Great. Keep buying. Pick the number and put it in chat. How much will you buy every week? IBIT is an option if you cannot afford it. GBTC is a good option as well if you want exposure to Bitcoin. Those are two that you can pick up on the equity side. But continue to invest for the long term. I know 2022 was rough for Bitcoin. I know it was hovering around 30,000 forever. Is now the time to buy? No, it's at an all-time fucking high. No. You gotta wait for it to pull back. I'm sorry. You didn't listen for the last year. We talked about it here. They talked about it with the over at BlackRock. We talked about it at InvestFed. Like, pick how much you're going to buy every month, or you're going to miss out and be upset. We're almost at 4 years in doing the show. We talked about Bitcoin year one. Have you bought enough? My 4 Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, XLM, you'll be good. Is altcoin season coming? Yes, altcoin is going to come as a result. But I'm really worried about the banks in the same fashion in which I'm worried if sports betting gets hot enough, it's going to put pressure on the passive market. I think banks are dead. Like 2 things I want to talk about in the future: the death of the NBA and the death of the traditional bank.
The NBA,
I
the
know-
National Basketball Association.
No. MBA.
Oh, okay.
Business school. No. I'm not crazy, but I'm not crazy. Oh, hell no. But like if you look at Bank of America last high was in 2006. They've done okay. I think Moynihan's a great CEO. It's a 35.15. But if you've held all this time, you got better. I mean, you got better returns in Litecoin back in the day. Let alone Ethereum or Ripple. So I think we're seeing a changing of the guard. And because my same issue with Apple, they're not innovating for 3 months now. Banks have had this issue since 2007, 2008. When the crash happened, everyone was expecting the banks to do better by the people. And when everyone got bailed out, it went back to business as usual, right? And then here comes crypto to save the day. People want higher returns as inflation is going up. And I keep telling the banks that if you don't make any adjustments, the crypto space is going to eat your lunch. And here we are. And because since BlackRock, Vanguard, Fidelity have gotten in, I don't think this trend is going to stop anytime soon. I got to go on to 86,000 and some change by the end of the year.
So okay, Mike, you could okay. Rashad, shout out to Joe Button. He okay. You don't buy any investments at all-time high. That's the golden rule.
Never.
Unless you're dollar cost averaging, which that's what Joe said he was doing, right? 250 a week in Bitcoin.
Yep.
So all right. So let's just do this because this is 7,500 people on here right now. So I'm assuming that a lot of people are not invested in Bitcoin, but they want to invest in Bitcoin. Should they start right now in dollar? You should not just put a lump sum of money in. We established that.
No, especially at a high.
Should they start right now and just start their dollar cost averaging? If you don't know what dollar cost averaging is, that's when you put small amounts of money in on a weekly or monthly basis. So you put $100 a week in, or you put $300 a month, whatever you can afford. You just do it every single time, on the 15th of every month or every 2 weeks. You don't think about it. It's discipline. It comes out, and that's that. Or should they wait for a pullback? Because a pullback will happen at some point in time. We know that. But should they wait for a pullback to happen and invest? And how do they know what's a good pullback to invest in?
I like it. They should do both. So I'll give 3 prices why I like it. I like it at 54,126. I like it at 50,588. And if you're chasing, just like 59,000. If it does not get there by the 20th of this month, I would just put 1,000 in every month and accumulate.
Or whatever you can afford.
Or whatever. But I'll speak to the men. Make the sacrifice and put 1,000 a month in.
Well, everybody doesn't have $1,000 a month.
They do when it's time to go have sex and go on dates. I don't want to hear this no more, yo.
Oh man,
I want to hear this shit. No, like, what are we talking about? And for the ones who don't, they're probably not watching this show. But I would double up, or I would message us and be like, "Hey, I'm a open AI chat GPT expert. If y'all can set up the Klarna play where I can get 700 agents working for me at one time, I'll pay you 15 grand a month for that." You have to go find ways to hustle to accumulate more money. But you're right. If you can't afford 1,000, do 250, but find a way to make 1,000. Because off of that 1,000 in 5 or 6 years, for every 1,000 you put in, you should have 5,000 or 6,000 back.
So let me ask you this, because we talk about stocks most of the time. What should be the makeup of somebody that's looking to invest, right? Let's say they have $1,000. Let's keep it a round number. They have $1,000 that they wanted to invest every single month. What's the makeup between stocks and crypto or Bitcoin?
You can argue that the new 60-40 should be 60% stocks and 40% crypto. I think the bond market is in shambles and no one wants to talk about it. The bond market has been falling apart damn near since 2020 and has not recovered. .com like crash. So I would do 40% crypto if I'm younger than 40 years old. I would do 70-30 if I'm older than that, and then have exposure that way. That would be my split or my matrix.
Ian, what do you think about, because this will happen, and I'm sure for a lot of people who are beginners in the crypto space, they'll see Bitcoin at 68,000, and then they'll start discovering some of these other coins. Ethereum obviously at 3,600. What are your thoughts of
Well,
thoughts
my
on
baby Doge yet? Hold on.
it? Because that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna say, I don't have money invested at where can I find somewhere where I can get a percentage? Then you start investing in all these shit coins. What's the
I mean, I've said it before. I like Doge at 6 cents, 5 cents. If it, I mean, it went there a few months ago. It's at 21. If you're going to do like some of the shit coins, like you have to know that they're only trades. Get in and out 3 months, 6 months. If you triple your money or quintuple your money, get out and then put it into a bigger player like XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, something safer. But you have to have discipline. If you choose to gamble, that is on you.